we are talking in the agenda, I'll brief up on that. But for now, I'll just give it to Pranay to introduce himself. Pranay, please go ahead.
Thanks, Pravesh. So hello, everyone. My name is Pranay, and I'm also part of Enterprise Support team. So I'm in supporting customers for the S4HANA journey. So today I'll be covering on the Enterprise Support entitlements for S4HANA Cloud. Thanks, Pravesh. You can take it forward from here.
Okay, perfect. So without further delays, I think I can quickly start. Let me know if you can see my laser pen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect, good. Okay, so as I said in the beginning, the focus for the today's session would be primarily around S4HANA Cloud. So I see there are customers who were talking about S4HANA deployments, which has been done by them. Now, there are some ongoing projects that we have seen, and few customers who have already done that. Great to know that, and I think the session would be also important for you to understand that what we offer under S4HANA Cloud, as say from the enterprise support portfolios. Quickly running on the agenda, so we'll have a S4HANA Cloud overview, which will cover some aspects of what S4HANA is, just to give a brief. I'm sure most of you must be knowing about it, but just for the completeness of the topic, I think this is just a touch base on what S4HANA is, what are the deployment options available, the cloud overview, and the release cycles, and a quick demonstration on the roadmap viewer. Primarily, this would be focusing on S4HANA Cloud Public. Okay, so that's where we are currently focusing on. But nevertheless, we will touch base on most of the topics which are covered in the S4HANA Cloud. The second part of it would be the entire portfolio, what we provide under enterprise support for S4HANA Cloud. As we all know, in the enterprise support, we support our customers on 4 different pillars. So all the services which will be discussed today would be definitely around around those 4 pillars. And then at the end of the session, we'll have some additional resources for your quick checks, so that in case you are willing to adopt in any of these support offerings, or you want to learn more about S4HANA Cloud or S4HANA, you can quickly run through these resources. Okay, good. So I'll before the start of the session, I would like Mukesh, can you please quickly run the poll? This is just to understand that what is the customer base who are joining currently with us, what are the kind of experiences you had with cloud, what are your current landscapes and things like that. So please go ahead. You'll have 30 seconds for filling up this poll.
We have about 47 people, 47% voted. So if others can also quickly vote, I'll give another 10 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mukesh, for showing the results as well. Okay, so first question was, is your organization planning for cloud adoption? And I see that there's a good number who are actually seeking for the cloud adoption. And that's a very good point for this particular session, because this session would be focusing around that area, as I said in the beginning. And then I see majorly, which is the primary focus of the session, is around yes, maybes, and planning. So I think you can definitely be a part of this session to understand all those areas. Are you aware about S4HANA Cloud? Yes, I am aware. Good to know. Somewhat aware, not at all. No problem. We'll talk in detail about what S4HANA Cloud is and what are the different offerings under that. Good. Okay, so I'll just move to my next slide for now. Okay, so when we talk about S4HANA, I think most of us would be knowing about it. It's a SAP Business Suite for HANA database. So what do we actually mean by that? We mean that we have our traditional SAP ECC. We used to have that, which is now a SAP Business Suite. And in the combination with that, we have HANA database. So when we talk about the HANA database, it's basically around the disk storage, which is a column-based in-memory database. I think most of us is aware about that fact. So when we club both of these two things, SAP Business Suite along with SAP HANA database, that is what we have as SAP S4 HANA. So that's the definition of it. Okay, so I'm sure that there are some customers here in this podium where they are currently still running on SAP ECC, but as we all know that SAP has a focus that most of the customers, in fact, all of the customers would have to move to S4 HANA at some point in time. So I think many customers have already started. Some are planning stages. So this session would also give you a brief about how you can move to your S4 HANA journey in case you're planning for. Okay, so this particular slide talks about the deployment options. What are the pros and the cons for each of the deployment options? As you can see on the right hand side, one of the deployment option is as a product and as a service on the left hand side. So when we talk about as a product, we are basically talking about SAP S4 HANA any premise or any infrastructure. We'll talk about what any infrastructure is in more detail in the coming slides, but that the left part of it is S4HANA Cloud, which is software as a service, SaaS-based model. Okay, so when we talk about S4HANA on-premise, what we mean is that it can be S4HANA can be deployed on any infrastructure. So you can have your on-premise Blu-ray disc available with you, which is having a physical hardware, which you own as a customer, which is on your premise, or it can be hosted on a different infrastructure. So as you know that there are various hyperscalers, as we call them, which also provide different hosting options, which is as infrastructure as a service, IaaS. So they provide infrastructure for the customers for the deployment of their solutions. So SAP S4 HANA can be one of those solutions which can be deployed on these infrastructures. Just a quick info. When we talk about data centers, there are basically 4 data centers which we generally prefer. One is being owned by SAP, which is SAP data center. The other ones are the hyperscalers, which I talked about, which is it can be Microsoft Azure, it can be Amazon Web Services, as we call AWS, or it can be a GCP, a Google Cloud Platform. So these are the primarily the major players in the market when we come to the hyperscalers domain. So this can be the S4 HANA can be deployed on these infrastructures. When we come to the left hand side of it, when we talk about SAP S4 HANA Cloud, what we mean is that we are providing S4 HANA as a software. So which means that mostly it would be SAP S4 SAP team or SAP as an organization which will be taking care of your entire S4 HANA cloud deployment. So it's a cloud essential edition, as we already know, which comes up with the with all the different features or all the different business processes being managed and it's being deployed by SAP. So what is the advantage here? So the advantage is that basically what you are doing is you're totally outsourcing your technical process of management of your backend functions. So which means the upgrades, the releases, the upgrades on the softwares or the business processes, everything is being managed centrally by SAP. Okay, so SAP takes responsibility for all the deployments, for all the upgrades and everything which is available there. So what are the different pros and the cons with these two deployment options? As you can see in the figure, we basically divide these pros and cons on the degree of standardizations and the flexibility. Okay, when we talk about standardizations, as you see, when we come to the cloud option, it is much more standardized, which means we come up with the pre-built business processes with very less, or I would say a no limit. There is no room for the customization which is available. So we go as is what we provide. So the customers who are primarily looking at some of the standard business processes to be adopted, they can definitely go for the cloud option. However, the advantage with the infrastructure going with the S4HANA any infrastructure is that you get a higher level of flexibility, which is not there in the cloud option. So when we talk about S4HANA Cloud, as I already said, all the scopes, upgrade, extensibility, everything is being taken care by SAP. You don't have to be worried about what my infrastructure is, when I am going to upgrade my data centers, when I have to upgrade my different memory requirements or data requirement or database requirements or things like that, because that will be definitely taken care by SAP by themselves. Whereas when we come to any premise, while it provides you the option of having more flexibility in terms of your custom code management, or you want to do more extensibilities, you want to integrate with any other available cloud options which are there. So you have much more flexible access to those offerings, or I would say products, right? So if it's a flip quite side of it. When if the customers, now the decision points with the customer is, if the customer is looking for much more standardized way of working with the SAP S4HANA, then they would definitely prefer the S4HANA cloud offering. If the customer have their custom more of a custom build, or they want more control in terms of handling their S4HANA installation, then they go with S4HANA any premise solutions. Okay, and the below, I was talking about GCP, the Microsoft Azure, AWS, and Alibaba Cloud as well. Yeah, I missed Alibaba. Yes, sorry for that. Okay, cool. So I think more or less what we all know about S4HANA Cloud, and as we have seen that most of you have heard about it, some of you who have not heard about it, it's for them. So we were talking about standardization, right? So focus scope of solutions are available, which means that we have a very standardized way of the business processes which are available for the customers, which is like you will not have many options to change those standardized business processes. Okay, so you have to fit to your business processes according to them. So it's like that. The second part is faster innovations. Why faster innovations? That is because earlier, whenever we used to have in our previous times of ECC, SAP used to release the upgrade, the patches, the notes, the pilot notes, and things like that. There are many ways of releasing. There were many cycles. Customers were sometimes skeptical of deployment of these upgrades because of their own cost, which is involved in that. However, when we talk about S4HANA Cloud, and especially the SAP owned S4HANA Cloud, we have a quarterly innovation cycle, which means that these servers will be automatically upgraded. So customer need not have to take care of any of these upgrade cycles. So there are quarterly upgrade cycles, with release cycles which are available, and systems will be automatically upgraded with that. Then we have a dynamic extensibility. Obviously, when we say that the business processes are much more standardized, you'll not be able to make any changes in that. The next question would be, how about those scenarios which will not be able to cover, which we will be not be able to cover from the standard solutions? Yes, there would be some, and for the solution we have SAP, the SAP Cloud Platform. So you can have your own extensions which you can build on SAP, which is SAP Cloud Platform, which is also integrated well with SAP S4HANA Cloud. The additional advantage is subscription contract. So earlier we have different type of contracts which are available for the deployment. So you take different licenses for different products, right? So now it will be a subscription based contract, which means that you pay as you go, as you use. Okay, so total number of users, total number of installations, what is a business process which you want to use, so things like that is in the control of the customer. So they decide what they want, they pay for what is actually required by them. So the problems with the shelfware and things like that would definitely go away with this. Yeah, so I go to many customers where they talk about that, okay, I have this shelfware, I want to just check it off, I don't want it, we are no longer using it, it's not required anymore. So things like that. So in S4HANA Cloud, when we go with the subscription contract model, you pay only for those things for which you use. Okay, And then we have native integration, which is primarily the integration with the SAP other products, which is there in the market, like SuccessFactors, Ariba, Hybris, Fieldglass, Concur, Jam. There are many more. Okay, so we have Qualtrics, things like that. So there's a very well integration points which are provided with S4HANA Cloud with these native integrations products. Effective governance, because it's being fully managed by SAP. When we talk about the governance, is primarily the security part of it, who would be accessing what, to what extent. There are different issues which might come up in the multi-tenant kind of an environment. And when we're talking about SAP S4HANA Cloud being hosted as an essential edition, we are basically talking about the multi-tenant. Okay, so all these things would be managed by SAP. And then there are ready to run SAP best practices which are available, best practices for the business process which are available with this edition. So all in all, if you see, definitely SAP S4HANA Cloud is one of the good options for the customers to go along with, because it provides such an beautiful integration to all the other SAP products. Along with that, the onus of the upgrades and management of the release cycles and the other things which are related to it, like governance and things like that, would be taken care of by SAP. Okay, so quick brush up slide. I think it's more of a continuation of what we have seen in the previous one. We were talking about different offerings from SAP, like Fieldglass, Concur, Ariba, SuccessFactors, XM, which is SAP Customer Experience Management, which is also called as Qualtrics, SAP IBP, Integrated Business Planning, and Analytics, so SAC, SAP Analytical Cloud. So all in all, when we talk about SAP S4HANA, we all know, you would have seen that the well-known figure of Intelligent Enterprise, which was released 2 years back. So you would have definitely seen that. So we have Intelligent Core at the center of it, around which we have different modules, different standardized model, I would say, which are on the top of the Intelligent Core, which provide you the business processes. And then there are industry specific capabilities, industry specific utility solutions which are available. So majorly around oil and gas. Okay. And then as we talked about the extension scenarios, which is there in SAP Cloud, which is providing as platform as a service, which is also called a PaaS model, where SAP provides a platform where you can build your own extensions. The extensions can be in the format of bots. You might have heard about the RPAs, the IIRPA offering from SAP, and bots which were released last year. So I think if the customer, if you are interested with that, the quick info, good to know info is that there is a 90-day free trial for the IRPAs which are available in the market. You can subscribe yourself for those and can start utilizing it. So likewise, we have multiple offerings, extensions available on this platform, and then you can build your own bots, you can build your own RPAs, and can integrate with S4HANA Cloud. Okay, so let me see if there are any questions. Guys, if you have any questions, please put it on the chat. We might be able to help you with that. Okay, so now quickly, as we see that we have now got 3 different type of options under S4HANA. So one is obviously a well-known traditional way of deployment, which is S4HANA on-prem. We are not talking about the cloud offering right now. We're just talking about the S4HANA on-premise. So mostly customer would be knowing about this, which is primarily you get your Blu-ray disc, you have your own infrastructure on your premise, you deploy your S4HANA. Okay, so what's a customer base which would be looking for this kind of a deployment would be the customers who want a complete control and ownership of their entire application and the landscape, which is the similar way which we used to do in our ECC times. They want to manage their specific needs or the custom needs. They want to utilize their existing IT department infrastructure and the investments which they have done in the past. Okay, so you might say that, okay, I have got this hardware last year. I want to move on S4HANA. So I don't want to go to the cloud option because I want to reutilize this investment on the hardware. Okay, so there are many decision points which the customer can take depending on what currently their phase is and what exactly they want to do with their deployments. The second option is the cloud option, and within the cloud options, we have two different variations. One is the private cloud option, and another one is the public cloud option. So when we talk about the public cloud option, it's exactly what I was talking in the beginning, is being where SAP completely manages the entire S4HANA cloud deployment. Okay, so SAP is it is a modern way of utilizing S4HANA as I mean the ERP as a product. So it's a software as a service kind of a model with the full benefits of public cloud. Fastest path to innovations. Why is it so? Because we have already seen that there are quarterly releases of the new enhancements in the business processes. Customer need not have to wait for those enhancements. As in when they are done, they are packed together and they are released to the customers as a one go infrastructure update. Okay, so quarterly the customers are entitled to get an upgrade of their S4HANA public cloud infrastructure. Okay, it's a clean cloud ERP because you are going without your legacy processes and you convert your old and legacy processes according to the standardized offerings from S4HANA public cloud. And that's a new way of imagining your business processes. Okay, so it might be possible that the things which you are doing in your way of handling the business process might be changed in a better way. There are different advantages of it. Once you deploy that, you get to know about it. And then we have private cloud offering. The customers who are again looking for the rapid conversion from their ERP and ECC to the cloud-based architecture, which means they have to just pick up their current installations of S4HANA from on-prem, put it on the cloud. It can be SAP managed cloud. It can be a hyperscaler. It's the customer decision. Okay, so the customer decides for it. The flexibility of traditional on-prem applications, yes, we know that because we have seen that once we are on the private cloud, we will be able to have much more control about what we want to extend, in what way we want to extend our applications. If we want to go with a custom build applications, we can also do that. If we want to even integrate with the existing custom applications, we can do that. Okay, with an added advantage of subscription based. Okay, so definitely the total cost would be much more less as compared to the normal on-prem deployments. Gradual transformations to pure SaaS based model. uh, See, if the customers are saying that okay, I'm done with this private cloud kind of an infrastructure management, and I would like to go with the public cloud infrastructure management which is being taken care by SAP, they can it's the transformation from the private cloud to public cloud becomes much more easier for the customers in this way. Okay, and then there are ARP functionalities which are there are partners add-ons as well. We definitely have a whitelist to those scenarios in the partner add-ons which are available, but yes, there are a much better way of integration with the partner add-ons which is available in the PCE model. Okay, so this is a snapshot of how the licensing, delivery, and operations actually works in these three different type of models: S4HANA public cloud, S4HANA private cloud, and on-prem. As we see, the license model is a software subscription based in any of these two cloud options, and on-prem it is a perpetual software, and the way we used to earlier have it. The implementation can be done by any of these three. So it can be SAP, it can be partner, or the customer. The content ownership here, by content we mean the releases which we do, the code, the actual code which runs the ERP is primarily with SAP. Partners own some and the customers own some in a way that they have their own data on these cloud deployments. Here it can be partners and the customers. If the customers are owning their entire private cloud on their data centers, on their premises, then it would be more of a customer. If they have a partner for it, then the partners can also do that. And if you take SAP consulting services, obviously SAP can do that. Again, application management services, it would be SAP. because it's included in the SAP. Wherever you can see the stars, it means that it's included within your SAP subscription. So all the application management services, the content lifecycle management services, the product support, technical operation support, infrastructure, everything would be taken care by SAP here in the public cloud offering subscription. However, when we talk about the private cloud and the on-premise, it is the partners or the customers and SAP ECS. SAP ECS is enterprise cloud services team. So we have enterprise cloud services team which can also help you to do all these activities in these two models. Okay, and product support, obviously it will remain with SAP, and technical support would also remain with SAP. The deployment can be on a hyperscaler. Why you see hyperscaler over here? Because within SAP, when we are taking care of the public cloud as a deployment option, SAP also have partnerships with some of the hyperscalers, and we do deploy internally. We have an integrated way of controlling that hyperscaler deployments on these infrastructures. When we talk about the private cloud hyperscalers, obviously yes, because customers are free to go to any of these hyperscalers, can talk to them, can have their own contracts with them. They take their subscription and simply take our S4HANA offering, deploy on those hyperscalers and start running on it. Or customer can have data centers on their request. And the last option, on-premise, we have already discussed that it can be customer data center, it can be hyperscaler or SAP, anything is possible. Okay, the next part is with regards to the characteristics. I think mostly we have seen this in the first slide as well, that the extensibility is little more when we talk about the on-prem and the private cloud offering. It is less in terms of when we go with the SAP public cloud as a offering. So modifications are not at all allowed in the public cloud options, not recommended in private cloud, but yes, you are allowed to do that, and the management of these extensions would be and modifications would be solely managed by the customers and their partners if they do that. The release upgrades are included with the contract in SAP public cloud, which is the release. We have already seen the release cycles. It's around it's 4 every year. So 4 times upgrades are possible, and customers are entitled for that. For the private cloud offering, again, it is yearly. Customers have upgrades would be released yearly, and customers can upgrade their systems. The minimum upgrade strategy would be 4 times per year, because as soon as the upgrades are released, it is automatically deployed on the public cloud. Customer need not have to even worry for it. However, for the private cloud options, customer it's customer wish when they want to upgrade it. However, they have to stay in their maintenance stream. Okay, so you have to also take care that you do not go out of the maintenance stream, and you deploy at least you upgrade your system at least to remain within this stream maintenance, and not limited in a way of on-premise. We have third-party add-ons which are also available on the public cloud. Only the certified public cloud add-ons are allowed here. So we have a whitelist of the certified public add-ons which are provided by SAP. So in case you want to go with those add-ons, those are allowed with the public cloud offering. Again, with the private cloud as well, we have only defined whitelist for SAP qualified S4HANA qualified add-ons, which is existing. Okay, so you can have your integration scenarios which you can build along with your partners or you yourself in-house. However, if you want to get any add-on which is existing, you have a whitelist of those add-ons which is existing, and you can select any one of these if that fulfills your business requirement. And when we are talking about the partner templates, we have a dedicated public cloud templates which are there. Customer need not have to worry about that. These templates are available on the cloud, and SAP follows all those templates to maintain those infrastructures. In case of the private cloud and the on-prem, customers are allowed to use their own templates, and then they can they can deploy their infrastructure accordingly. Okay, so this is specifically for the public cloud. So I think most of you who have worked on the public cloud would be knowing that there are some test systems which are initially provided to the customers to start with the journey of S4HANA public cloud. Once if you take a subscription, you get within that subscription you get a test system, you get a quality system and a production system. You in the top table you can see what is how we actually defines our release names. Okay, so do not get confused with the year here. This is not 2002 year. This is the release name. And how do we name it? Is the first two digits refer to the year, which is 2020 or 2021. So in the current release is 2102. Okay, so this is for February release, which is last year February release would be 2002. Since we have talked about the quarterly release, so the next release is in done on the May 2nd, and that is May 5th. Sorry, the release is being done on in the May month, and that's where this comes in. It's 2005. Okay, so it's denote last two digits denotes the month, and this is how it goes. Okay, so the current release in the market, if you see for S4HANA Cloud Public, is 2102, because we have already bypassed the February 1st week for this. Okay. As soon as the queue systems are upgraded, prior to that, there is 6 weeks prior notification sent to the customers for the quality upgrades. The customers can do their testing on the quality systems. They can tweak in any of the business processes in case they have done in the production system. They can do all those modifications here in their queue system, and then they are migrated to the production system. In case you want to see more details on what are the quarterly release cycles, you can simply click on this link. These slides will be provided to you. You might even have these links directly in the last section of this presentation in the quick links. So you can just click on the quarterly release cycle to get more information on the build processes and the release cycles. Okay, when we talk about the public cloud, we at SAP follows the SAP Activate Methodology for the deployment. Okay, so there are fit to standard approaches which are pre-configured according to the SAP SAP best practices which are released for the cloud and the S4HANA cloud adoption. Okay, so there is a roadmap viewer which is available for the customers. Customers can utilize those roadmap viewer and according to their phases, according to the activate phases where they are discovery or prepare or explore, realize, deploy, and run. Any of these phases, there are different artifacts which are available. There are different accelerators which are available to the customers. Customers can start utilizing those accelerators and can start their S4HANA cloud journey. Okay, so the best practice explorer is also available here. You can quickly check what are the best practices which are available for S4HANA cloud. As I said, and later in this slide, you will get the links to it. However, we'll quickly get into the demo for the roadmap viewer. What is provided as a roadmap viewer, how the customers can utilize it, what are the artifacts which are available in the different phases in the Activate methodology, and what are the accelerators and how to access that. And just before going to that quick demo, I think I would also like to talk about some of the MTE session. I'm sure the people who have been using enterprise support services in the past would be definitely knowing about MTEs, meet the expert sessions, which are available under the enterprise support contract. So, and the enterprise support academy access, which the customers can utilize for the enablement of their internal teams. So there are MTEs available for roadmap viewers. There are MTEs available for S4HANA Cloud. How to access that? This is the quick link. Otherwise, you can simply go to the Learning Hub of your subscription and can provide your user ID and can search for whatever content you are looking under S4HANA Cloud and the roadmap viewer. Okay, good. So a quick demo on what roadmap viewer is. Let me know if you are able to see my Explorer. Second. Okay, can you see my Explorer right now?
No, we still see your PowerPoint only.
Okay, fair enough. Let me just unshare and share my screen completely, and then you'll be able to see that.
No, again, you've gone back to the PPT.
Yes. Okay. So I'm second. Okay. Let me just directly open it from here. Sorry for this glitch. Second. Okay, cool. Let me know if you are able to see my browser now.
Yes.
Cool, perfect. Okay, so I think there is some problem in the link. I might have changed this link. I'll recheck it later after this presentation, and we'll correct it while sharing the presentation. But when you click on the roadmap viewer, this is how it looked like. Okay, so we have different phases, as we already know that we have different phases available in the Activate. So we have discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run. And this is a quick chart as to what you get in each of these phases. Okay, so there are different queue gates and the tasks and activities which are there in each of these phases. So queue gates is after the prepare, the explore, realize, and deploy. As I said in the beginning, when you subscribe to SAP S4HANA cloud, public cloud option, you get a trial system. Okay, so the trial system is available to the customer as soon as they subscribe for S4HANA cloud. They can start enabling themselves. They can do their assessments, discovery assessments, and scoping activities can start in the very first phase of discover. Quickly, this is how it looks like. So each phase in the description talks about what it covers. Like this phase would cover cloud trial system access, discovery assessments, application value and scoping. In the prepare stage, you can start preparing and onboarding your teams. The project initiations and the governance activities would be taken care of. The team self enablements and things like all these activities would be taken phase by. So you get a pre-built content which is also available here. What is included in what phase, what activities available in each of these phases will be provided as a part of an accelerator. So what are accelerators? I'll quickly go in any one of these phases. Okay, let me just open the first one. So likewise, I'm just giving a quick demo on the first phase, which is discover phase. Likewise, you can go in each of the phases and can see what are the different contents which are available by clicking on this link. Okay, so each phase in the below, you will have the content specific to that particular phase. Okay, quickly, I'll just move to the link to the content. Oops.
It might be faster if you close some of the tabs as well.
Okay.
You have a lot of tabs open.
Fair enough. I think we got that. Yeah. Okay. So here in the content as well, you have an option to see different phases. Okay. You can select and unselect any of these two. For example, if you want to just select two different phases, let's say discover and prepare. As soon as you select it, you get the content available for each of the phases. And then we have different work streams. If you want to specifically look for the integrations within these, then the content will be filtered out according to that. So you can just play around with this kind of a live cockpit where you can define your activities based on each of the phases. Okay, so for example, let's start with this one. If you are in the discovery phase, you want to just take a trial of what S4HANA Cloud is. You can learn what is trial system, how to get the trial systems. You click on that particular line item, you get a different screen where you learn about the HANA trial system. You can subscribe to that trial version. How to do that? A quick link, accelerator link is available here. Okay, so each phase would have got these kind of links available to it. So we'll go back to the discover again. We'll see in the partner demonstration landscape, what are the demo landscape which are available. You can get a accelerator information like this. Okay, so since this is a discovery phase, you might just see some quick links being available. Okay, this is a good one. We have something called digital discovery assessment. This is a quick assessment of the customer system for evaluating that what is the readiness for you to move on S4HANA cloud. Okay, so we have report which is being generated via this. You can see this discovery tool. So you have to register yourself and then you have to go ahead to get this readiness report for your S4HANA cloud. So this is SAP digital discovery assessment, and a report can also be generated using this. Generate your SAP digital discovery report. So you can get your report for that. So likewise, we have each of these phases would have different contents which are available, quick accelerators. Let me just quickly show you one more in the interest of time. I would like to just quickly do that. So for example, we are in the prepare phase. I'll just click any one of this. Okay, this one. Let me just click this one. So even if so why we have these accelerators is because you might be a little confused as to what needs to be done in these phases. Okay, so within these steps, if each phase, so we have these accelerators to keep you on pace. There can be different excels as well. There can be different templates which are mandatory, or which can be a useful template for you to monitor that particular phase. You can have different contents which are also available as accelerator, likewise like on this screen. So this screen has got you a blog which is primarily talking about the SAP Cloud ALM. Okay, so because we are talking about the business configurations and Cloud ALM related stuff. So likewise, you can just play around with this roadmap viewer, see which phase you want to get into, and if you want to start your S4HANA cloud journey, this is the best tool to start with. Okay. Good. So okay, so the next part is this thing is primarily talking about the private cloud version of it. So as we already have seen that we have two different versions. One is the public cloud version, and the another one is the private cloud version. The only difference between these two, how to understand this in a layman language, is that when we talk about the public cloud option, it is basically we are talking about the multi-tenant kind of an environment where we have one server, and there are different and that particular server is being shared by multiple customers. Okay, so we have a multi-tenant kind of environment, whereas when we're talking about the single tenant kind of environment where we have servers and one customer actually is entirely utilizing that server, is a private cloud kind of a deployment. The differences we have already seen. It is highly standardized when we're talking about the essential edition. When we are talking about essential edition, it is primarily the public cloud. However, in the extended edition, when we are saying, which is a PCE model, we have a single tenant, the private cloud solution, which is being deployed there, which is privately managed by SAP with the dedicated landscape. Okay, so you have your own dedicated landscape. The advantage is obviously, yes, you can have more expandability for that. You can have your more custom and extensions available there. You can design there. You can deploy your own extensions there, and you can manage the entire private cloud by yourself or by using the partners. Okay, so if we talk about this thing, I think expert configurations via the MJ access, I think most of you might have done these activities in your ECC environment. So you can take advantage of all these steps in the PCE model as well. It's a pure SaaS-based model, as we've already seen. You can transform your current landscape into pure SaaS-based model where S4HANA will act as a software, and you have your software on these deployment options available. And one essential implementation for the cloud is the cloud ALM. So currently we know about the ALM tool to be a Solman. However, with the cloud ALM, we have an integrated kind of environment which takes care of all the lifecycle management of our deployments. So this is a self-guided and content-driven S4HANA cloud-based tool which follows the SAP Activate Methodology. All the processes which are available there are very well designed in a way that you can visualize all the business models. You can mark what changes or what parameters you want to have in your business processes. If you would like to go for if you would like to see a demo for cloud ALM, I think in the Sapphire this year there was a very beautiful presentation on the cloud ALM. Just go through it, Google it. It's available on YouTube. You can see they're fit to standard processes which are defined there. You can change those processes. You can have parameters defined for it and quickly monitor that. So it's an integrated tool which is definitely intelligently driven because we have an access to your entire core as well, the data which is available there. We monitor your systems. We monitor the application, the user base, the application performances using this integrated tool. Okay, we have a the in platform Copilot which is there, which helps you to quickly understand the business process, quickly change those business processes, help you in a particular business process as well, or the screen in which you are working in. So I would say that in case you are going along with the cloud adoption, one of the important tool to be considered would be SAP Cloud ALM, which is also known as CALM, CALM. Okay. And just an add on to it, we have one more offering from SAP side, which is SAP Enable Now. It's a tool. It's a license based tool and offering from SAP. We have to separately buy a license for it. Okay, so it provides you a basically if you are in a particular screen and you want to have a screen based assistant to you, then this provides you that kind of assistant. So it is a onboarding kind of a scenarios where you have your teams are working on a new scenarios, or they're configuring any new scenario, or for that matter they're even running any transactions and they want to see that what that particular screen actually talks about, if there are any changes, or what will happen if they make changes to it. So it's a content based, a screen based assistant which is provided to all the customers who take the subscription for Enable Now. So we have different contents. It is not just a content management tool, I would like to say. You can create your own content as well. You can attach those contents to the existing modules in case you have even designed a custom module or you have designed a custom application. You can create your own content, attach it to that particular custom one, and then release it to your customers within your organization, so that in case they want any assistant real time, they can get it. For SAP release solutions, obviously you get a content which is pre-built, plus you get an assistance from SAP 24/7 on those topics. If you want to know more about this particular tool, Enable Now, you can go on these links which are available there. Okay, so all in all, what we have seen is precisely we have seen a different deployment option which are there in SAP S4HANA Cloud. We have differentiated on how different deployment actually works. What is best fit is being actually taken care by the customer themselves, because they are the best judge of their business. Whether to go with the private cloud or the public cloud is dependent on various factors and the parameters. Some of these factors are being discussed here, but I'm sure there are many more business decisions which are required for taking a decision as to what kind of cloud infrastructure they want to go with. And at last, we have seen in case the customers are interested to go with S4HANA, one of the best tools to help the customer and assist in their deployment. I think in the beginning of the session, there was one customer which was talking about that they're in the phase of deployment of S4HANA Cloud. So I think Roadmap Viewer, you can definitely subscribe to it, start utilizing it, use the accelerators which are provided there, so that it's a smooth journey to S4HANA Cloud. So yeah, so I think more or less we have covered here the different options of cloud. In the next part of it, we will be covering as to what enterprise support services has to provide to you, has to offer you as a part of your contract. So there are different services which Pranay would be taking the next part. We will touch base on what kind of services you are entitled for, where to look for them, how to access them, MTEs and different value maps and things like that. So before running that, a quick poll again. Mukesh, can I please request you to run this poll? And in case you have any question, please feel free to add to the chat. I might be able to respond to it now.
I'll just give another 10 seconds for people to respond. So I have about 50% votes. So if you haven't cast your votes, just please do so now for 5 more seconds.
Good. So I see some results. Good one. I think most of you are aware about it. I think many of you are aware about it. 43 are somewhat aware about it. No problem. We will be talking much about it. And people who are not at all knowing about what enterprise support services has to offer you under S4HANA Cloud, kindly be attentive. This is a very good session for that. Pranay, over to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Pravesh, for giving a detailed overview of S4HANA Cloud. I'll be sharing my screen. Let me know if it is visible.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so basically I'll be covering on the enterprise support offerings, tools and services that you can utilize in your S4HANA Cloud. So SAP Enterprise Support is at core of every SAP solution, providing end-to-end customer experience. So it basically consists of 4 pillars: collaboration, empowerment, innovation, and mission critical. So during my presentation, I'll be going in deep, like what all different offerings we have for each pillars. So first we have on collaboration. So at SAP, we believe collaboration is one of the key to maximize the value you drive from SAP Enterprise Support. Therefore, it's important for us to connect you with the SAP expert. So in this section, I'll be covering on some of the topics like Customer Interaction Center, SAP Enterprise Support Value Map, SAP Enterprise Support Report, and I'll also be discussing on our new offering, that is SAP Guides program, and how it can help you in your S4HANA Cloud journey. So first is on the Customer Interaction Center. So this is, I think most of you might know about it. So this is the central way to interact with SAP in that is Customer Interaction Center, which is also known as CIC. So CIC is the center point of contact for all non-technical related queries. So if you want to know the status of your incident, or if there's any delay in the response, or if the issue becomes critical for you and you want to raise the priority of the incident, then CIC is the correct channel for you. Even if you have queries with respect to S-user ID, CIC team will be able to support you on that. So CIC is available 24/7, 365 days, and you can reach out to them via chat, call, or email. Next, we have on the SAP Support Portal. So Support Portal is one-stop shop for all support and service-related needs. Here you will find solution for the issue you are facing. You can even report an incident if you're not able to find the solution, or download software and a lot more. From our SAP official SAP community, you can seek advice and assistance on resolving issues. SAP software user, developer, consultant, mentors all use this SAP community to help or share their ideas and innovate, and also to connect with each other. So I'll show you a quick demo of the SAP community as well. So next is on the additional assistant pages that we have that will be relevant for you that are specific to S4HANA Cloud. So we have SAP S4HANA Cloud Release Information, Help Portal, One Support Launchpad, Roadmap Viewer, that is something Pravesh has already covered. We also have SAP Best Practice Explorer and Cloud Community. So I will directly take you through the official pages. So I'll just, okay. So let me know if you are able to see my Chrome now. Mukesh, is my Chrome visible now?
Yes, visible.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is our S4HANA Cloud official page, where you can find the S4HANA capabilities and details of SAP
There's a
S4HANA.
There's a question on the chat. So Kamal, would you like to explain the question? Details of CIC like email IDs, etc. So I don't know what that means.
Okay, so yeah, so I think his question is more on how he can contact the CIC team. So in the chat, we will drop you the email IDs and the phone number of CIC. Okay. Okay. So coming back to this additional assistant pages, so we have so first is on the S4HANA Cloud Release Information. So if you go to the official page of S4HANA Cloud, this is where you can explore more on the features, functionality, and highlights of the latest S4HANA release. So this is Steve, who is the CEO of Steven, who is the CEO of S4HANA. He has given a short overview of the new release, that is 2102, covering all the highlights. And he has also written a blog that I'll show you in a while. If you want to know the feature scope description, you can just go here. I'll just show you how the documents look like. And you can also view what's new with the latest release. So this covers basically all the line of business in detail. One second, I think. Yeah, so this is the official, this is the document of S4HANA Cloud covering the feature scope description. I'm just showing you the content so that you have an idea of what this document talk about. You can also view S4 new what's new in the S4HANA Cloud 2021. This also covers all the line of business like finance, HR, supply chain, manufacturing, and much more. You can also view the latest videos. This is a short 3-minute video to understand what are the new innovations that has come up with every line of business. So we recommend you to go through it for a detailed understanding. You can also go to the help portal directly from here, where you can find products and application document, learning journeys, update on the new release, and much more. This is a blog that has been written by Steven. So this also highlights in detail on the S4HANA Cloud 2021 release, 2102 release. Okay. Next we have on the best practice explorer. So Pravesh has already given an idea of what this is. So this is best practice explorer provides a pre-configured content for all the business processes like finance, HR, procurement, manufacturing, sales, and more. So if you want, for example, if I will not go into details, but if you want to know more about the service from the services side, service operation and processes, you can get your required details. So this is supported by Fury to guarantee a simple user experience. Okay, next we have on the community. One second, I'll just open the community page. Okay. So this is SAP S4HANA community, customer community. So this provides, this is an open channel to allow community members to interact, connect, and collaborate with SAP experts and with each other. So for example, if you have any questions that you want to ask the community members, you can go here, ask a question. You can write your description here and submit your question. If you want to see what all different customers have raised the queries and you want to explore their answers as well, this is where you can get the information. Next, we have on the welcome S4HANA welcome ebook. So this is an online ebook to get started, which will cover on the support that SAP has to offer. So to give you a glance of what this looks like, so this is the welcome ebook. So once you're onboarded, like when you start is the starting of your journey, that's the phase you're onboarded. So what all SAP has to offer, there's a quick links that you can go through it. We also have once you're live with S4HANA Cloud, how you can utilize, you should know about the upgrade schedules, hot fixes, and emergency patches. Then we have, many of our customers who are using S4HANA Cloud, you can explore their stories, their experience, how they went through and how they're using the S4HANA Cloud. In the end, we have some of the most useful information on the S4HANA Cloud and the frequently asked question by our customers. So coming back to the presentation. Yeah. Okay, so we have covered most of it, and so we also have SAP release tutorials. So that is something. Okay, so SAP developed and delivered embedded tutorials with the product and updated them as necessary with each quarterly release. So this is the new S4HANA Cloud Release tutorial, which provide user onboarding, enablement, and integrative tutorials. So these tutorials are aimed for different roles like business user, implementation expert, education expert, and the architect expert. Then we have empty session, which I'll give you a demo as well in the later part of the presentation. So this is a 90-minute empty session, which will cover the key onboarding activities like user onboarding, SAP Activate and Implementation Portal, how to get support, self-enablement activities, additional resources, and much more. So the key goal here is to introduce you to the S4HANA Cloud and the quarterly release updates, and to learn more about the key onboarding activities and to present you the lessons learned from the other S4HANA project implementation. So these are the additional assistant pages. We will recommend you to go through it for your journey. Then we have Cloud Center. So for any cloud product, Trust Center. So for any cloud product, Trust Center is the one-stop shop for detailed information related to security, compliance, data protection, and much more. So if you click on this link, this is a direct Trust Center official page where you can find most of the details. For example, if you want to understand where all SAP data centers are there, so if you go to the data center tab, there you can see a map which will show where all we are present. And also, if you have any audit related requests, and if you want to need any kind of forms from SAP, you can raise a service order request and get the required information on the same. Then we have ESR Cockpit. So ESR Cockpit offers flexible interactive reporting capabilities with improved and extended content, which can be tailored with your need using new filters and personalized features. So to show you how this look like, I'll show you how the actually your the dashboard will look like. So one second. Okay, I have to share. Okay. I hope this is visible. So this is Enterprise Support Reporting Cockpit page. You can also access this through your One Support Launchpad. This is to explore the status of your SAP solution, gain visibility of the usage of SAP software. You can also see how many incidents that you have opened in the past. So this is a 3-minute video, which we recommend you to go through it for a detailed understanding. But I'll just show you the dashboard from the video itself, so that you will have an idea of how the dashboard will look like. Okay, so this is the dashboard. If you see in the summary page, you can see how many cloud systems are there in your landscape, how many incidents that you have opened, some of the what all incidents that you have closed in the past, 180 days last incident that you have sent to SAP, and much more. You can also see the purchase product, system landscape, availability, cloud licenses, cloud usage, incident, and services. So we recommend you to use this cockpit for detailed understanding of your usage. Okay. So coming back to the presentation. Yeah. So then we have value map. So value map is again a very good topic for our customers where they can get more information. So value map provides access to topic related materials, tools, training from SAP Enterprise Support all in one central overview. So these value map provide step-by-step instruction or recommendation on how to optimize IT landscape, realize intelligent enterprise, and embrace the digital transformation journey. So value map, so I'll directly show you how the value map looks like. Again, I'll switch it to my Chrome. Okay, this is value map is already open. Okay. So if you want to land this is the official page. You can just Google SAP value map, and this is the page where you will land. So you have to do a one-time sign up to the Learning Hub to access the value map content. So I have already signed up. So I can just go to the. Okay. So this. Okay, you can click on the access value map, and it will go to the you will be directed to the value map pages. So these are the value map content that are available right now. So we have S4HANA Success Factor, digital innovation. We have on S4HANA Cloud, and much more. So just a second, it's loading. Okay, so this is the value map page. You can so under the what's new tab, we keep on updating the blogs that our focus advisor write, and you can just go through it. So this is one of the last blogs that has been written on S4HANA Cloud Extended Edition. You can explore on the value map. So for this audience, I think the major target will be on the S4HANA Cloud value map. So under Cloud value map, we have learning journeys and learning programs. So learning journeys will give you the offerings of the entire journey of your S4HANA Cloud project. So for example, if you are on the discovery phase of the project where you are just understanding what S4HANA Cloud is, and you want to know what all the documentation services SAP has to provide. So you can just go to it, and so for example, this is the tile where you can see Discover S4HANA Cloud. So this is the direct website of S4HANA Cloud. How to best leverage SAP S4HANA Cloud for your company. So we have an open SAP course for it. So all these links, all these offerings are being directly linked here, and it keep on updating as per the new services that we come up with. So even if you are in the explore phase of the project, for example, and most of the customers are worried about on the integration part, and you want to explore more on that. So first you can go to the explore phase like S4HANA Cloud and SAP Concur integration. We have S4HANA Cloud and Ariba integration. So all these, for this, we have to meet the expert sessions. That is something I'll cover in the next part of the presentation. So these were the learning journeys. Learning program are for specific topics. So all these are been divided under essential, that is public cloud, and the extended edition, that is private. So if for any topic related, if you want to understand more on the SAP S4HANA Cloud onboarding activities, so you can just access the learning journey. Hey, you have to do a one-time just enroll. So as I'm already enrolled, I'll just withdraw it and enroll it again. So once you enroll, you will get access to all the services, all the materials that we have under this onboarding activity. So you will get to know the key onboarding activity, learn SAP methodology and tools to deploy your S4HANA Cloud solution, and much more. Okay. So these were the learning programs. Events is something that is also we keep on updating. So whenever an event is happening based on this particular topic, like for example S4HANA Cloud, it will get updated. So like for example, there's a EGI session that is happening between 22nd to 25th. So you can go to it, register to the EGI session, and leverage the content. You can even ask question with if you face any issue with respect to value map. You can raise a question, ask your question here, and a focus advisor will reply you on your query. So you just have to write a question and just click on publish, and we will come back to you on that. So this is on the SAP Enterprise Support value map. Okay, I'll just come back to my presentation. So this is what we have discussed on the value map. So how to sign up, how to access the value map. We have also discussed on SAP, specifically on the S4HANA Cloud value map, and what all offerings are there under every phase of the project. Then I want to cover on the SAP Guides program. So this is a new program that SAP has come up with. So this, so it is available to all the enterprise support customers for their successful go live. So just to give you a quick glance, SAP Guides program follows the Activate methodology from discovery, prepare, explore, realize till your run phase. So once you start your S4HANA journey and you're registered with the Guides program, a focus advisor and an enterprise support advisor will be assigned to your account, who will be supporting you throughout your journey. So they will have an onboarding call with the customer to understand the project details, and also to explain what all, how SAP can support them. We will also provide you the journey checks report during each phase of the project. So it depends on the current phase of the project. So this is something that we will discuss and provide you accordingly. So we will also provide you an engagement plan, which will cover all the enterprise support services that will be planned for you, including the timeline. So that will be a goal-based approach document that will be provided to you. So after that, we will have an engagement point call and to discuss more on if you have any queries, we will try to address that, and we will align on the next step as well. So after the go live, we will have an exit call to close the Enterprise Support Guides program. So we will strongly recommend you to register to the Enterprise Support Guides as soon as you start with your project. So to get more detail of the guides program, this is the direct link. So once we share the presentation, you can go to the link and explore more on the program. Okay, then we have on the second pillar, we have empowerment. So we have SAP Enterprise Support Academy. So this is Enterprise Support Academy is a deliverable to SAP Enterprise Support and SAP Enterprise Support Cloud Edition at no extra cost. So it prepares you in innovation adoption and approves the transformation of digital business processes and performance. So SAP Learning Hub is the learning platform for the SAP Enterprise Support Academy program. To get access to SAP Learning Hub, in addition to SAP Enterprise Support, one-time registration is required. So learners need to have the S-user ID to authenticate themselves. So we have different deliverable formats like continuous quality checks, EGIs, MTE sessions. So again, I'll just show you from the Enterprise Support Academy where you can find these details. Okay, so we will directly go to, as too many tabs open, we'll just directly go to ES Academy. We'll just Google it. This is the page where you will land. So this is the Enterprise Support Academy. We have different formats available here. For example, CQC services. So what CQCs are continuous quality check services. Basically, for example, if you want to do a health check of your system, then you can order for a early watch check report. So to avail this Enterprise Support report, you need to open and create an incident under SVBOREQ component, or you can connect to the SAP Enterprise Support Advisory team via the CIC. So there are different CQC services that you can avail. You can read through it. So we have a info sheet available for each and every offering, so that you have an understanding of what this service does, what are the benefits, what are the prerequisites, and much more. So before raising an incident and requesting for the CQC services, we highly recommend you to go to the info sheet and raise the request for a correct service. Then we have EGI sessions. So EGIs are expert guided implementation session. So this is a multi-day session in which you can learn here how to complete a defined activity with SAP expert. And so we also have SAP release tutorial. I think my voice is getting okay. No, it's fine.
Pranay, I can still see the Internet Explorer, not the PPT.
No, I'm not showing the PPT. It's on the EGI page, EGI session.
Okay, I can see Enterprise Support Reporting Cockpit. I think your frame is not moving.
I see the same as well.
Yeah, I am also seeing SAP Enterprise Support Reporting Cockpit screen only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you want to unshare and share again?
Yeah. Sorry for that. One second. Okay. Is this visible now? The ES Academy page?
Yes.
Okay, so I think we missed on the CQC part. I'll just cover it again. So this is the Enterprise Support Academy page. This is what I was discussing on the CQC, continuous quality check. Yeah, so these are the different CQCs that are available under this. So if you want early watch check report, you can read the info sheet here. This is the info sheet that I was talking about. And you can raise an incident under SVBO REQ to avail this service. You can even contact the CIC team again. So the details are mentioned here, and support the SAP Enterprise Support Advisory team for the booking of the service. So once you are aware of what service you want to, like, for example, if you want to do a business process performance optimization service, you can go to it and you can read the info sheet. There is an incident. Once the this BPPO is booked, a person from our remote service delivery team will get in touch with you for the prerequisites and also for the delivery of the report. Okay, then we have on the EGI session, I'll just go from here itself. Okay, so this is the EGI session, that is expert guided implementation session. So EGIs are a multi-day session where you can learn how to complete a defined task with the SAP expert. So for example, if you want to understand more on SAP S, I'll just write it down, S4HANA 2102, and configuration, if you want to understand more on the configuration part. So you can go through it. So this is the configuration for Central Business Configuration CBC. You can register to the EGI session. So what will happen is, this is a basic, because this is a basic configuration. So this is a one-day session, but otherwise it might be a multi-day session as well. So what happens in this EGI session is to configure your target. Basically, we will have in the first half of the day, our expert will show you the entire step that you need to perform over your system. And on the second half of the day, we will expect you to do the same step that was shown, so that at the end of the EGI session, your target will be achieved. Similarly, we have MTE sessions. Okay. Yeah, so we have MTE session that you can explore. We also, these are the live webinar sessions by our SAP expert on different topics. So this, some of the topic that we covered was on the onboarding part that I discussed earlier. But you can explore more on the S4HANA Cloud latest release. So I just type it 2102, and you can explore more on EGI sessions. So these EGI sessions are being recorded also. So you can find in the same link, you can find the recording as well. Okay, now I'm coming back to my presentation. Okay. Okay, so the third pillar that we have is innovation and value realization. Under that, we have Enterprise Support Advisory Council, that is ESAC. So SAP Enterprise Support rely on the advisory council to drive innovation and early adoption of SAP Cloud Platform Service and intelligent technology. So the ESAC is your innovation channel for exclusive access for the latest support deliverables and also for influencing the SAP support offerings in a meaningful way. So the program is focused on co-innovation and close collaboration. By joining, you get access to the exclusive circle, enabling you to become an early adopter of the latest support innovations and profit from the biggest investment from SAP, such as hands-on on the expert advice. The fourth pillar, the last pillar that we have is in mission critical support. This is an essential requirement for your daily business, regardless of your deployment scenario or the issue that arises. So mission critical support is the cornerstone of SAP Enterprise Support, getting the attention you need at the speed you expect. So that means the fewer business disruption, less downtime, and keeping performance at the peak. So we have next generation support that leverage the latest technology such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and to enhance your digital support experience. You can also benefit from the real-time interaction and self-service and incident prevention. So basically, again, we have under the NGS, we have 4 offerings: self-service and incident prevention, real-time interaction, digital support experience, and artificial intelligence and machine learning. So self-service enables you to prevent incident and instantly find an answer to your query. So for example, on a daily basis, whenever you face an issue, you do a Google search, right? In a similar fashion, if you have any issue with your SAP solution, you can Google search it, because now our KBAs are now indexed with the Google. So you will be able to find your solution quickly. We also have an offering of SAP SMS notification. So this is a good offering that every customer should avail. So whenever you raise an incident, so when SAP replies back over the incident, you will get a notification on your mobile that SAP has replied back, so that you will know now, so that you can reply back to SAP. And this will ensure a quicker turnaround time of the incident. The main pillar that we have under NGS is the real-time support, real-time interaction, so which give a live and direct access to SAP expert from any device at any time. So expert chat connects customers with SAP expert in real time in order to get the quicker response to the technical queries for SAP products. So expert chat connects you to the same engineer who are available via incident channel. That means you can interact with them with the expert chat at no matter how the complex problem is, and you can get quicker response and get your result quickly. So if the processor by any chance is not able to give you an answer over the expert chat because of the complexity of the issue, then the processor itself will convert that expert chat to an incident and continue processing from there itself. So you can access the expert chat from SAP One Support Launchpad. Then we have schedule and expert. So all support interaction can start via schedule and expert and discuss on the technical details. So in this schedule and expert, this will be a 30-minute session, one-to-one session with the processor directly, where you can ask all your questions that you might have and get your resolution faster. But even if you are not satisfied with your response, you can raise a schedule manager, which you can book it for 15 minutes time of the product support manager directly and address your query there itself. So this slide explains more on how you can create a perfect incident. So first, you choose the correct installation and the system number. Then you can select the correct component. Then you create a meaningful short description of the problem, document the specific workflow of the issue and analysis, and provide screenshot of the error message. And also inform in the incident that if any SP note that you have searched beforehand. So after that, you should open your service connection and provide the login details. So please remember to open one issue per incident only. In addition to the SAP One Support Launchpad, you can create an SAP S4HANA incident of SAP S4HANA Cloud over SAP Copilot. So this is your digital assistance for SAP Enterprise Support. So you can generate a new incident or go by talking or typing with the Copilot, which you can use on your mobile device or through external channel or any platform. So this is like a normal one support launchpad. You need to provide a specific information about the incident, such as user ID, subject or sort description, and the priority. The incident will be created for you in the support launchpad, where SAP will continue processing of the incident. You can even find knowledge-based articles over the Copilot. So Copilot is, so if you go to the Fury application on the right-hand side, if you can see a circle icon, that is the Copilot, which you can activate. So help us to reduce the time you need to resolve your incident by providing as much detail as possible when creating an incident. That means it will have less back and forth, and it will be easier for us to assign the correct resource to your incident. To avoid any negative impact, during the urgent cases, you should call the CIC team, Customer Interaction Center team, give the business impact. So, for example, if it is a production system, we need to understand your core business processes that has been affected. What is the financial loss? How many users are getting affected, and much more. If it is a test system or the development system, we want to understand what kind of a project that is, when is the go live date, if it is showstopper or not, and also always provide contact information over the incident so that processor can contact the person directly if any further information is required. And lastly, we need your feedback. So whenever you close an incident, it will help us to improve. So we request you to give feedback to us as well. So this was the more on the enterprise support environment. I have linked here all the important links that I have shown during my demos, so you can just go through it. Before going into the Q&A session, we can have the third poll, Mukesh. Yeah, so just a small feedback that we want to take, how relevant this session was, if you can start polling now.
Let's just give another couple of seconds for people to vote in. Please do share your feedback so that we can plan and deliver sessions which are useful. Maybe last 5 seconds. Thank you so much.
Good, I think. Okay, so we can move on to the Q&A session.
Pranay, I have a question. Hello?
Yeah, Nimesh, tell me.
So you just tell about that private and public cloud section. So let's say I'm going for private cloud. Okay. So in that case, all the custom development, what will happen with my custom development for the private S4HANA migration?
Pravesh, if you want to cover this.
For the custom development, I just want to know. Yeah, so see, while it is not recommended by SAP to have customs on the private cloud edition as well, but you can definitely seek out the modifications based on what the best practices are being given by SAP for the extensions. So if you have custom, you have to modify, because obviously there will be some database. What is the current version of ERP? ECC 6 I have. Let's say my query is
Just let me explain. My
Yeah.
query is I have ECC6 now I want to go for a private cloud. Okay.
Yes.
So in that case, for the custom development, whatever I have in my existing system, what will happen with those RISE object?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I have to work on those T codes. So just
Absolutely.
my query.
Absolutely. So you would have to work on the codes. In fact, what you have to also do as a pre-step is that you have to ensure that your database is also migrated to HANA database, which and for S4 HANA, you might have to also change your database structure, because for S4 HANA, there is a predefined data structures for the standard tables as well. So all those things once done, you if that is impacting your custom code as well, you might have to adapt your custom code to that changes, and then you have to move it to your S4HANA cloud. For the PCE version, which is private cloud edition version, you can have your custom. However, the thing is the adaptability to the S4HANA database.
Okay.
Just
And
Animesh,
next one is yes. Hello.
Animesh, just to add to Pravesh Sharma, what he said, anyway, you are on ERP 6.0, so you will be doing an S4HANA conversion. So when you are doing an S4HANA conversion, either you would do it on an on-premise, but if you want to go for a cloud, then you can go for a private edition. So all your investment which you have done for the custom code, which will be retained and it will be ported on SAP S4HANA on cloud. Underlying database will remain as HANA 2.0.
Okay. Okay.
Animesh,
Thank you.
Animesh. So see, once you are also moving to S4 HANA, there is a S4 HANA readiness check report which is delivered to the customers free of cost. So you can avail that particular report, which will help you to identify the custom code which you might have to make the changes on.
That you're talking about stack report, correct?
Pardon?
Stack report you are talking about? Stack report?
No. There is a S4 HANA readiness check report which is available to all the customers. You might have to request for that. There is a landing page for S4 HANA readiness check page. You can Google it and you can request for it. So that will help you to identify any of the custom code changes which you might have to adapt to based on the S4 HANA database changes.